Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I thought, I'll tell you, we're starting a new year, and I'm going over a lot of stuff and trying to figure out, what's my next agenda. What's the next what I want to get accomplished. And one thing that it dawned on me. I never thought so much about it, but I really do appreciate everything. My wife mentioned that to me. She was amazed. She never seen anybody like me. That I say that I appreciate everything. It doesn't matter how simple something is or how complicated something is. I appreciate everything and everything around me. And I don't know if everybody's like that or what. I really don't. I just don't. I know I have fun all the time. And when it's probably not, better take that back. I don't always. I have tough times that I have to endure, and I don't mean tough like physical. Anything physical. Okay, like like my travels. Sometimes it gets to be tough, but I'm still having fun, even though it's a different kind of fun. I mean, I don't go whoopee whoopee like when I'm changing the tire on the side of the road somewhere, but it's a fun adventure. And to me, everything in life is an adventure. Because like I say, everything is difficult for me. Everything is. And I just take it for granted things are going to be difficult, and I just do what I got to do, and like I say, I have fun with it. Like I say, during my hard times, I say it's not really the physical part. Even if I'm sick, like the poisonous caterpillar got me, even at that, it wasn't fun, but I mean, I accept it as being part of life. I mean, I'll put it this way. It seems as if I'm either having fun or I'm looking to have fun, or I'm resting because I have way too much fun, one or the other. And like I say, I have the fun when I'm mentally. Like I say, I'll be brainstorming. I love brainstorming. It's much more fun when I got other people helping me, but I do it by myself. I think of stuff and I think, boy, that's way too crazy beyond what I can do. And then sometime down the road, it seems like I'm doing it. And so the brainstorming is a good thing. It's a challenge. Puts my mind to the challenge. Come up with some idea and try to figure out, well, how do you make it work? And then I start just taking it apart piece by piece and putting it together, kind of like the three-man militia. I say a lot of the pieces I already had. It's just putting them all together. And I think that's what happens as we get older. We've done things, and well, at least me, I've done things, and so I've got all these pieces scattered all over everywhere, and now I start assembling these pieces, And when I start putting them together, next thing I know, I'm doing other adventures. I'm doing things. And so when you're younger, you're doing things, and as you do things, you learn things, you see things, and I don't know if everybody's like me, but I used to see things when I was younger. It didn't make any sense to me at all. And there was even times I had people try to explain it to me, and it didn't make sense. But as I got older, those pieces started making sense to me. I started understanding why people do this, why people do that. But now the biggest part that I'm concerned about, that the pieces that I see now, is why don't people do this? Why don't people do that? And I think it's back to me. Remember I talk about everything. We have to take personal responsibility, and that personal responsibility is I see things that other people don't because of my age and my experience. So that's why when people, when they have hardships of whatever it is, I always wonder, well, why? First thing I wonder is, why did you even get yourself into that situation? And I'm trying to think, because every time hardships or bad things happen to me, the first place I start pointing is me. What did I do? And then once I figure out what it was that I did that got me into this situation, then it makes it easier for the next thing. And so when you're doing like that, taking personal responsibility over the good and the bad that happens, then like I say, you appreciate more. You're right back to appreciation, because I appreciate whatever happened to me. Like I said, I was in the oil business. I lost everything, and you would think how bad that is. You lose everything. I didn't go bankrupt, but I lost everything. Probably best. Now I'm older. I thought, well, maybe it was best for me to go bankrupt, because everybody else did. I did. So then I think, that's a good thing? And it was. Man, if I didn't take those chances, if I didn't do those things, like I say, I did mechanicking like I've never mechanicked before. I mean, man, I was taking engines apart. I was doing all kinds of stuff that I would never do. Remember, I came from a restaurant business, from the restaurants. So, I never did do mechanicking. And but I say, I did mechanicking. And why? I had plenty of money. I could have paid for all this. But the thing is, we did mechanicking at night, so I could work all day long. I demanded a lot more out of me than I demanded out of anybody else. And I continue doing that now. I try to, but I don't look for work most of the time. Most of the time, I don't look to work. But like I say, now I don't want to focus all my time on one particular thing. I mean, hey, I'm getting old. I only got so much time left, and there's still a lot of things I haven't done yet. So I've got to see what it is I can do and start doing things using the skills and abilities I've picked up in the past and apply them to stuff now. And like that, when you're doing it like that, you appreciate everything that happens to you. There's no good and there's no bad. It's just all, hey, wow, this is cool. It's always like that. It's continuous like that. I say, over the weekend, I went to they told me it's the biggest park in Latin America, and it's kind of like a Disneyland kind of like place. And I'll make a video on that too. I made some videos, I took some pictures, and I'll talk a little bit about that. But you know, that's the most civilized thing that I think I've done down here. You know, oh yeah, I guess so, because I stood in line. I never stand in line. There is nothing I want to do so bad that I want to stand in line. I just don't do it. I mean, if it's a short line, I just get up there and the line's moving, I can go around in, then I'll do it. But if I see this line zigzagging like that, I don't want nothing to do with it. And I've always lived my life like that. I'm not a line kind of guy. And but like I say, I did stand in line. I did have fun. Like I say, I saw things. I had people do some translating for me, so I knew what it was that I was seeing. But I see so much stuff that I have no idea what it is that I'm seeing. And but like I say, I learned a lot about it. And like I say, I felt like a little kid, because I could see things, I did things and stuff like that. It was really, really cool. But that's another thing that made me start thinking about it. How do I get excited about stuff like that? And what it is like I say, the appreciation. The appreciation in life. I see so many things. I just feel like a kid when I see things. And then when I'm able to do something, learn something, I get that sense of accomplishment. All this just kind of feeds into the way I look at life. And like I say, I just love life. I just love doing stuff. And like I say, I pay the price, whether it's money or pain or whatever it is I got to do. And like I say, it's just part of it. I just love it. I appreciate everything, and I want to see more. I want to do more. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.